Savage. What's going on, Savages? Welcome to another Savage Snowflake episode with me, Jeff Leach, your host, your boy, your father, your mother, your sister, your lover, your teacher, your diligent student. And the guy comes around your house and says, shut the fuck up, you're playing that music too loud, it's 3 a.m, you cunt. Don't make me come back down here. That guy. That's who I am. It's good to have you back. Thank you very much for all of you who are supporting on patreon.com/Savage Snowflake. If you want to donate as little as $1 a month, head over there. Show your love. Keep this bad boy going. And thank you very much, of course, to our wonderful sponsors down here. Well, no, over this side now. Look, I've got to get my cameras right. Manscaped.com, refining the gentleman. I know some of you listening right now, you're going, listen, I'm a real man's man. You know, I work out, I take care of myself, but I've also got a little bit too much body hair for the ladies. My girlfriend keeps pulling pubes out of her teeth every time she goes down on me. Stop it, brother. Sort your life out. Manscaped.com, they've got everything you need. Lawnmower 2.0. Trim your downstairs areas. Get that hirsute gentleman into a nice smooth walrus of love. Take that round your girlfriend's house. She's going to please you. I guarantee it. If you use code SAVAGE at their website, manscaped.com, you're going to get yourself 20% off every single order. You get a free leather travel bag worth $49.99. And of course, free fucking shipping. Sounds good. All right. Joining me today is musician, writer, artist, and now actor as well. Gata, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Man, another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar, another comedy podcast. You've been blowing up on the comedy spot.
Yeah, it's strange too, man. But I guess that's just I'm in that arena now.
I'm gonna bring you in a little bit. I mean, if ever I had to hazard a guess as to who's the ladies' man out of the three of us here, it would 100% you, because you've got the smooth voice. True. It's a very jazzy voice. It's very like.
And I might just be the minority in this situation right now too.
There's two white guys here, yeah. But you don't know who I am. Hey, if this was summertime, I'd be very, very, very brown right now. I'm a Macedonian-blooded individual.
Yeah, man, you looking good out here, man.
Still a white boy though, really. I know. And thank you very much for confusing me with handshakes at the beginning of the podcast as well. I'm trying to keep up, mate. We got handshakes in London, where I grew up on the estates around where I was.
I could have just gave you a boring dap.
No. I'm also happy you didn't give me a white man handshake. Do you know what I mean? Where you just kind of nice to meet you. How are you? You were like, no, it's all right. This guy's got a little bit of flavour about him. I'll at least test the waters with him.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you very much for coming on, man. It's good to have you here.
My pleasure.
You've been a very, very busy guy lately. Yeah. Not only releasing, writing, recording your own music, not only touring around with your buddy Lil Dicky, but you're now also shooting a TV show with him, right?
Yeah, we working on a show. He threw me a role. He basically just used my personality and just threw me in the mix, and I just got in there and
unbelievable,
made my stamp.
So he's just taking what you have to offer, as always, the white oppressor, using his more talented, younger, better-looking black friend to try and get himself some street cred.
He's a genius.
Fucking Dicky. I do like him. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I met him at the, we went to the, it was a Pornhub Awards I met him at.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go to that, but it looked crazy. He was out
in a
there.
plastic rain jacket, see-through rain jacket.
He crazy, man.
Yeah, I think there's something rather admirable about young guys like yourselves who are fusing a new approach to rap music. Is that fair to say? I mean, this is not how it's been done.
I just think that it's more vulnerability in the game.
Okay.
Like people are just opening up more, just giving them themselves in their truest form. That's all. It's just instead of just people trying to be like this artist and be like that artist, it's like actually okay to just be yourself. Like,
also, new time for rap music in itself across the board, because here's the deal. Look, when I grew up listening to tunes about this very city that I'm now living in, when I used to listen to music back in the day, or even about East Coast rap, like I used to listen to Mobb Deep, Murder Music. That was one of my favorite albums of all time.
Classic.
Yeah, but it painted a picture of New York like it was a very fucking gangster place to be, and there was a lot of shit going on. And then I arrived there, and all I saw was hipsters on fixie bikes riding around Bronx and Brooklyn like, hey, what's up, Gerald? How you doing? I was like, this is not exactly how it was sold to me in the music.
It's sad to say, but, most of the time, art is usually exaggerated.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So you just got to take it for what it is.
However, though, whereas who used to make rappers popular back in the day was the fans. There were people that were going down to the clubs, going to the rap battles, do you know what I mean? Going on street corners, freestyling each other. So to earn your respect in the music game, you had to impress the local people in your area, your local community. And that was a very strong thing. Now with the birth of the internet, over a decade ago, I think that's what changed it. You've got kids now who can go, well, I don't relate to that because I don't live in the hood. I don't know these guys. However, I heard this kid on fucking SoundCloud who produces dope beats and is rapping and it has a colourful aesthetic and flavour, and they can get behind it.
Yeah, it's just very easy to get things done these days. You can actually record an album in your bedroom. Like, you could do anything now. It's like they make it so easy for us to put our art out there for people to really tap into. So I really love the aspect of the game, but only thing about the internet, it just slows down people's attention span.
Right.
You know, that's one of the biggest things. Like, somebody could drop a hot record tomorrow, and then next thing you know, somebody else will drop a hot record, and we forgot about the one. That
Absolutely.
Was just,
Well, that's true of everything now, isn't it? Even politics. You know, people get very upset about something that's going on in the world, and then by the next week, we've forgotten that issue, and we're on to a new one. So no one ever sees anything through.
Right.
How did you get started then? Let's go back pre your current state of, you know, success and working with the guys you're working with now. Let's go all the way back. When was the first day the Gata picked up a microphone?
The first day I picked up a microphone would probably have to be like 2000, probably like 2008.
Okay.
2007, like around 2007, 2008. Yep. Right when I got out of high school, I was just working on music, and like I just started taking it serious because I knew, like, yo, I can't really just not go full on with this and not give it a shot, because I always loved music. I used to rap on the party line. Mom's always playing music around the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just one of those things. It's like kind of like basketball. Like, everybody's tried it before, you know?
Sure.
So I just happened to get good feedback from people at school and stuff like that. Like, oh, yo, you dope. You could be a cool rapper. So I'm like, all right, let me just try it. Then as the years went on, I just kept getting serious, and that's it.
Yeah, started putting in the work to match the passion as well.
Yeah, I really started taking advantage of all the social media stuff back in the day, like MySpace, all that, when it was first popping.
MySpace, mate. What happened to Tom?
Yeah, what happened to Tom?
Probably dead, isn't he?
He probably sold it to Mark.
Probably sold it to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, the internet really helped me, though, for real, because I connected with a lot of people earlier in my career, you know, before they blew up.
Does it change the way that you approach the music making process now that you know, it is such an intransigent thing? Like, it's not going to last for any period of longevity, the initial hype.
You want to know what's so crazy, how it changed my process? Like, I went from taking advantage of the internet and putting out music so fast, and just like, yo, we got to do this, we got to do that, like, we got to put it out. It's the internet. Like, nobody can say no. Like, we just put it out. But as the years went on, like I said, the internet could be our biggest downfall. So I use it more strategically now. I put out music more in a timely fashion. I'm not in a rush no more. Like, I'm in a comfort zone now as far as putting out music. I don't just rush and just record anything. I have to really feel it, you know?
You're also then in a quite fortunate position now that you have a fan base.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? When you got a fan base who are interested in what you're doing, they'd rather you spend a little more time to produce the best version of the new track or the EP or album or whatever you're putting together, a mixtape, before it drops. Whereas when you're still trying to make it out there, you're just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah. See, so I'm just a little bit more patient now, basically, just taking my time. That's one of the biggest things that I learned from Lil Dicky is just like, we're not in a rush to be great. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We could really just take our times and master our craft. So that's how I use the internet. I use it at my time. I'm not like on the internet seeing people like, oh, he dropped something today, I got to drop something tomorrow. Like, nah, I'm not working like that.
Yeah. You've also got quite an eloquence about you that suggests to me that there were other interests outside of, the rap game beforehand. Let's create a little dimension here where you're not a rapper, never went into the music industry. What could you imagine yourself being content doing on a day-to-day basis?
I would definitely be in the tech world, you know what I'm saying? Hands-on with some type of hardware that's going to enhance the skills that I'm putting to use. Like, if I'm doing some type of editing, or if I'm recording or putting together some type of computer to better myself. I usually use the computer, though, not just for music. I'll usually use it mainly for research.
Sure.
Like, I always get my information up because I always want to know what I'm talking about. And I'll also be in the fashion world, too. If I wasn't in the music, I would definitely be in the fashion world, like marketing, selling, or either enhancing somebody's brand or creating my own brand. But
you're already doing that, right? Yeah, you got your own blunt raps and all sorts.
Yeah, I got my blunts on faces. I would be in the cannabis world too, because that just ties in with fashion, music, and everything. So if I wasn't in music, I would definitely be in the fashion world, tech world, and the cannabis world. I would just basically be hustling, man.
Technically, we're all in the cannabis world a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah.
I feel like,
But this is the thing, though. Are you in it as a consumer, or are you putting out a product?
actually,
Are you the buyer, or are you the dealer?
I'm in the cannabis world as a consumer, and I would like to think I'm a very astute consumer of marijuana.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
I put in the time and the energy. However, I've also got a CBD business.
Oh, see, there we go.
So I'm also now, and we just started that.
There we go.
Yeah, because there's money, big money to be made.
There we go. That's what it's all about. That's one thing my brand is about, is grinding every day, getting every dollar, and getting educated daily, GED. So that's all I'm about, is just seeking information. Like, I don't never pray for money. I pray for opportunities, and I pray for information. I don't never really just say, yo, I want to be rich and famous, because a lot of people pray and want all these things, but they don't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what they really want out of it.
Tell me about growing up. You were South Central boy?
Yeah, South Central LA.
Okay. And did you have like a more working class upbringing like myself, or was it were your family already doing pretty well when you were coming up?
I would say we were in between high class and low class, so middle class. My mom and my sister always kept a decent job, a good job, or however you want to say, to make sure that they were able to provide for me opportunities to play basketball, stay out of the streets. I played t-ball, football. Like, I had a cool upbringing. My mom and them made sure that they kept me out of trouble, made sure I was focused. That's how I got into the computers early, because I would always stay inside the house and just be watching wrestling and be on the computers, because I knew outside the gang activities was going on. Sure. So I would just be in the house, mom stays, go out on the weekends, play basketball, go get my little tennis shoes, come back home. That's it. I had a real nice, good, like, smooth, like, I wouldn't even say smooth.
That's the same as Dicky as well, a little bit, isn't it? Was that like a bonding experience for you guys? Going, look, we're both into this genre of music that is so associated with street life and with the ghetto or something like that. I think that might be, you got to move your car, mate. Unbelievable. Yeah, he might, might give you a knock. It's, even though it's associated around that world, you also clearly have have had a lifestyle that isn't necessarily that world, and that's the same with Dicky. Did you find that as a we got some overlap here?
I would just say me and him, we didn't have a similar lifestyle at all. I just say
he's a white Jewish guy, so
we had you
never did a bar mitzvah, nah?
Nah, never. We just had similar support systems. You know what I'm saying? Like, his family was behind him, I'm sure, and they believed in him, and they helped him get to where he's at and always pushed him, just like my family, but I definitely know we didn't have the same, like, beliefs and all that, but we have support systems, and we have ambition. That's what makes our stories probably similar. We both believe in something.
You're aligned because you're running those parallel things of, like, just working and hustling hard to make your success happen.
I never regret my the way I was raised. The way I was raised, like, no father. I didn't grow up with a father in my household. Right. I had my mom and my sister. So my mom and my sister, they basically were both like my dad's and my mom. So that's how I was brought up, man.
Yeah, I was terrified of my mum growing up as well. She was the disciplinarian at home, really. Like, Dad would come through every now and then with a backhand. But, like, it was more threatening when it was Mum.
Yeah, because moms is really
smaller hands.
Yeah, moms is really gonna put in action to make you really feel it.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she'd wind up for it.
Yeah,
my dad wouldn't have to. So.
And his tea is good, by the way, man.
Thank you very much. I like to give a cup of tea to all the guests because I feel like it puts you into the zone of a British interview. Do you know what I mean?
Man, I'm relaxed right now.
Got terrible teeth. Got a cup of tea.
Man,
what more could you want, dude? I'm gonna cook fish and chips for us afterwards. It's gonna be perfect.
Man, that would be lit.
I wish that was an option. Now I feel bad. I'm gonna let you down, but you obviously have the aesthetic still of what that goes in line with the kind of music that you make, right. The facial tattoos and stuff like that. The clothing is very modern. It's very hip hop, rap music associated. Did that come once you started making that kind of music, or was the aesthetic already there and then that was more just like a cultural thing in the area you grew up?
Besides the dreadlocks and everything, the tattoos and everything I had was already there before I even got to this level. So
you were a rock and roll kid. You were a good kid, but you were a rock and roll kid.
Yeah, I was on tour with Fall Out Boy and Gym Class Heroes earlier in my career. So I was always around the rock world and wearing the tight pants and all that. I was never afraid to try to be something different, especially when I was in that world,
Yeah.
The whole pop emo world. I was really in that field with Panic at the Disco, Plain White Tees, Warped Tour. So I got to see a different side. So that's probably why I have all the tattoos and everything. But I was already like this before I got to the point to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And the reason why people these days, they follow a lot of trends just to be trendy and everything. But I was tattooed before I even got to this level. And the reason why I got tattooed like this because I wanted to put the pressure on myself to make it.
Right.
That's why I really did it. You know, I didn't do it because, hey, he got a tattoo. Like, no, I did it because a lot of stuff on me is what I went through, what I was believing in at the moment, and just to really make it, you know.
Same with me. You can't see that I have any, but I've got about 14, 15 tattoos, big, large pieces all up my legs and stuff into my face. And
See,
on my
you did
back.
you did it the smart way, man. So you could go fill out that
But you know
job
why?
application
Nah,
just in
I
case.
did it because of acting. That's why.
Oh, acting,
so,
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, more
if
roles.
I had just been in, but I was
Yeah.
DJing and producing music years and years and years ago.
Right.
So I was still like, yeah, I'm rock and roll, but I was like, but I don't want to be too rock and roll that I don't get a fucking job in the acting world. Do you know what I mean? So I kept them all hidden.
I think about that too now that I'm acting like, man, what if I gotta get some stuff lasered off for a check just to get this role? Like
These days, man, with makeup, they can cover anything. Do you know what I mean?
But that's another reason why too that I really got tattoos because I wanted to like be myself and not change for nobody. I wanted to like go against the grain, you know.
What are some of the stories that we got here? What immediately? Because I see that you got pray on. Is this pray on there?
Yeah, and this one says just pray, and then
Are you a religious dude?
I'm not religious. I'm just spiritual.
Okay.
You know, even more so after I went to Israel last year. But I got a lot of tattoos. Like this one right here say.
Well, hang on a second. What brought you out to Israel? Music or just to travel and go and see
Working
the place?
with my boy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm JBA, Jewish by association.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Lil Dicky had a concert in Israel, and you know I was blessed
He went
enough
out there
and
for
fortunate
his
enough to
what's
be
it
there.
called? The birthright. Went out there to go and meet a gorgeous girl from the Israeli army and bring her back and marry her, or something like that.
Yeah, man. It was fun out there too, though, man. Shout out to Israel, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. It was popping out there, man.
I think a lot of people forget that Israel is, or at least Tel Aviv, sorry, is nothing like the rest of Israel.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's not.
Incredibly progressive city.
It is, man. Tel Aviv is just strictly for the tourists. It's like South Beach damn near. Like the Mediterranean Sea's right there. The sun's glistening. They got food everywhere. Like it's just like really a great tourist spot.
Did you fall in love with any Gal Gadot looking Israeli women?
Yeah, I met a couple Kim K's out there, man. I met some girls out there that look hot.
Yeah?
Real hot. You know what I'm saying? It's real hot.
That's got to be, I mean, look, that's got, without you, I don't know you know nothing about me, but when I was a younger man on TV in England, you know, I was quite a promiscuous, I was a whore, real whore. I did
whore.
I did a documentary about it, you know, about like trying to revisit as many of the sort of 600-700 lovers that I'd had, you know, all the girls, and it was, it's tiring. When you get the fame that you have and the success you have, it's quite tempting to go, well, all these hot women are throwing themselves at me. But in the height of social climate right now as well, you got to be a little careful, right? About
man. Girls are crazy. The world is crazy. Like people will screenshot you, take pictures of you, try to sell you whatever. Just do. People are so like horny for like attention and clout. It's ridiculous. And it's like,
how'd you balance the male urges of going, well, you know, I'm a successful rapper now and there's this really hot girl who wants to suck my dick in this elevator, but on the same side, I don't want someone to take a photo of that and it end up on the internet.
I definitely have taken advantage of the position that I'm in, just running through girls and stuff. You just really got to be cautious, you know, and really just think about who you're dealing with, you know. And there's always a situation to where I realize the difference between a fan and a groupie, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like a fan is somebody who's about you, you know, somebody who's into you and what you got going on and your brand and all that. A groupie is about whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fame. They're they're a fan of fame.
You know what I'm saying? So you got fans with plans, and then you got groupies who just, you know, hop around from city to city, band to band, but
what about love, though, man? What about love? Is there room for love?
Definitely room for love, because there's a lot of people that been supporting me and been down with me before I even got to this point. So I'm always going to love those people and cherish those relationships. And then there's the people that I meet along the way that, you know, happen to love or, you know, really care about, you know what I'm saying? So there's always room for that, because that's what we were put here to do on this earth.
I like how non-committal an answer that was. Like, yeah, there's room for me loving multiple women at all times.
Yeah, but that's what we was here for, man. Like, the higher power put us here for each other, man. So it got to be room for that.
Right? While you're young enough to get the erection, you might as well put it to use.
Yeah, man. I ain't trying to be on side. What is it, Viagra?
Bro,
Cialis
yeah,
and all that.
But dude, hey, listen, you're an entrepreneur. When you get old enough that you can't get up anymore, you just got to get a sponsorship deal with Hims or Viagra or some shit, make some money and get more pussy.
That would be crazy, man. That would be crazy.
Are you a fan of comedy before you started? I hasten to add, like those are the listeners who've never heard like Lil Dicky's music, for instance, or your music. Your music is serious. It's not comical. The tracks that I see online, you're not doing the comedy rap that Dicky does.
Hell no, ain't shit funny about growing up hard and you know what I'm saying, doing like crazy shit for money or different experiences. Like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's
but
what
even his music, even though it's like there's a comical lyrics, you know, there's humor to the writing. Yeah. The beats are always incredibly well produced. Right. The art that you both put out is always, you know, well directed, well produced, well written. Right. How do you maintain your passion for working with someone like that, but then also go, but I also want to make sure that I'm not like seen as a comedy character. You know what I mean?
I don't think I could ever be like in his lane because that's just him naturally. Like,
sure,
I'm not about to, you know, be that comfortable saying certain things, you know. So that's what makes Lil Dicky Lil Dicky. Me more so like I'm gonna say some shit like I like lobster pizza and badass bitches and shit like that.
There you go.
I'm rapping about stuff that I'm indulged in. Like Lil Dicky, he's in a whole nother world.
He's like, have you ever thought about sucking off a dude when you've been in an airplane?
That's like, you did. That's what I'm saying. Like, we could never really be exactly alike. That's what makes us so great together because we're just like totally opposite. Like, it's crazy.
Tell me about how that relationship came about then. I believe you were working with a different artist and you had a management who was aware of him and he was looking for a hype man for a tour.
Yep, his name is Anthony Martini. That's the guy that was working with both of us, and I had a great relationship with Anthony Martini. Like I've known him ever since I've been in the business, and he had an opportunity to where I could be on tour and you know be performing again and working with a major artist. So he told me like, "Yo, I got this artist named Lil Dicky. I want you to meet him. Mm-hmm. He's a great rapper." I'm like, "For sure, let me check out them bars." So we went down to the office and I met Lil Dicky, and at first he didn't like me, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't like me at first. I was over the top, obnoxious. I came in there with like a little fake personal assistant. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gandering. I had like a little cameraman with me who was my homie, just making me hype. You know what I'm saying? Making me.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, so.
You were doing it the way you thought you had to do it to gain the respect of, you know, someone who's making music.
When it's all said and done, it worked out perfectly because me going in there like that, him not liking me at first, it's all great content for what we're doing now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
also
really dope.
Feels like, look, can I just say that I think it's quite unique when I watch a lot of interviews with rappers, you know, I watch a lot of No Jumper content, right. And a lot of, you know, Sway interviews and stuff like that. And there's so much fucking, I feel like being a rapper and playing a rapper, it must be so fucking tiring all the time. Do you know what I mean? Having to keep up that front, like I'm tough all the time, and don't fucking say anything. Like, how tiring is that? To be able to drop that at a certain point and go, oh, okay, yeah, I did come in here with a guy to sort of be my hype, my guy, and a camera guy to make myself look a bit more, you know, like a bit more. Yeah,
exactly. See, that's the thing. Like, that's why I love Dicky so much because it frees me up from that area that you're talking about, that space of always trying to be cool or always trying to be tough. I could really just
keeping up appearances.
Yeah, like I could really just be myself and just chill and like really not worry too much, you know. Like that's why I love Dicky so much because he just gives me that comfort zone of just like, yo, you can like relax, bro. Like all that other extra shit it's not important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The simple things are important, like, you know, learning, growing, progressing, setting goals, taking your time. You know what I'm saying? That's way more valuable than putting on an image or being cool, you know what I'm saying?
It sounds like outside of the creative music making side of the relationship and the friendship, you've also kind of got you share a little wisdom with each other. You seem to have developed each other as people.
He teach me so much about life and finances and how to do certain things in the business, and me more so, I bring him back into the reality of like, yo, it's okay to just walk up to that girl and tell her she's cute. You know what I'm saying? I give him you know what I'm saying? Just the down to earth moments.
You give him a little pointers on swag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He gives you the pointers on maybe the vulnerability that you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah, about opening up and exactly. Yeah, that's what I like about him, man. We just bounce off each other like Larry David and JB Smoove.
I could see you guys in your own version of Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's like a whole... Is that what the FX series is going to end up being? Almost like this self-aware comedy setup, but about, you know, but it was set in the realities of what your day-to-day existence is as two, you know,
it's gonna be
artists.
awesome. It's gonna be nothing less than awesome. That's all I can say, man.
Oh, you're not allowed to give anything away. You
I
signed an
can't
NDA.
Yeah, but it's gonna be dope though. It's gonna be real dope. Like, we got a lot of great people behind it. I'm very excited. This is like one of the biggest opportunities in my life, and I'm thankful. And it's gonna be real fun. And I can't wait for y'all to check it out.
How did you enjoy the? Because this was your first major foray into acting outside of making your own videos and stuff like that.
Right.
How did you find that challenge of going, oh, now I'm playing me, but I'm playing an exaggerated version of me?
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, it's not hard to do, but with all the cameras and everything, and then the takes and the do-over and the right amount of emotion.
Trying to have sex with a co-star. So the girls, that's,
Yeah, it's a lot, man. But I really think for my first, I wouldn't say big break, but yeah, big break.
Big acting debut.
Yeah, big acting debut. I would like to say this. I got off easy, you know, because I get to just be myself, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what the network and that's what Dave wants out of me, just to be myself all the times. Not even worry about the script so much, because once you know the script, you can always alter lines and stuff like that. So that's just what I'm really focusing on, is just being myself at all times and just having fun, man.
You know what's interesting, because you're clearly, you know, I don't know your exact age, but I'm 35. You seem like a younger man than me. Like, but,
yeah, I'm a little bit younger than you.
Yeah,
couple years younger.
So we're young men.
Yeah, we young men,
but we're also not kids. We're not fucking, you know. Got
this
a
is
little wisdom.
This is the best way to say it. We young OGs, man.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm original gentleman.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But you, there's been this. I feel like as an avid lover of, you know, hip hop music and rap music across the boards, or urban music, I guess, music made by black people. Let's just call it what it is, right?
Hey.
A lot of white people have appropriated. But as a long-time lover of that, I felt this disconnect between modern rap music, and especially when we get into like mumble rap and stuff like that,
right,
and the OGs of rap music. Do you know what I mean? I know that 50 and Snoop were always taking pot shots at the new up and comers. Whereas you seem to almost straddle both worlds, because the aesthetic and the energy and the skinnier trousers and all that, that would all be associated with this new wave of artists. And yet you don't carry yourself with that desperate, childish, like, oh, look at me, I'm tough. Yeah, I'm fucking, you know, and without naming names, I'm certainly not going to
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Beef. But, you know, there's enough artists that are constantly talking about how they're, you know, I'm fucking Gata this, and I'm you know, coming on this bitch's face and doing coke off that girl's titties and blah, 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 blah. We get it. You're a rapper.
Right.
But if there's no substance behind that, you seem to almost straddle these two worlds, where the way you talk and the way you, you know, the eloquence with which you explain your vulnerabilities, your embracing of your insecurities, the fact that you're learning and developing as a human being. And yet the aesthetic is incredibly youthful and would be, you'd fit onto any stage with any of the modern day rappers as well.
Right.
Is that a difficult position to be in?
Nah, because I'm in tune with the number one, the business. Then I'm in tune with the culture of hip hop, and then I'm also like from the West Coast, so I'm from a very trendy place like LA. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I know about all the trends. I know about what's cool, what's not cool. But for the most part, I don't focus on the modern day. You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah.
I focus on
your thing.
Yeah, me and longevity. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, the hip hop and the stuff that you were mentioning as far as like how the game has changed, for example, like the 80s and the 90s, I don't want to lose that. You know what I mean? Like look, those artists, digging the crates.
Those artists as well, they're still selling records. They're still
That's
around.
What I'm saying.
They'll be on the Hip Hop Hall of Fame as the legends of the art form.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas a lot of
that's why I can't lose myself, because I'm still paying homage to those people.
Or, you know, little ball sacks of the world. You know,
originators. That's why I would never be able to lose sight of being my true self, because original hip hop and being yourself is what breaks barriers.
Do you think one of those, as much as I know there are artists making their own music and there's a place for it, the lyricism of a lot of the youngest rappers, and I'm not trying to catch you out to get you to say something about, you know, shitting on someone's art, but I'm talking in very general terms now. There's particular artists that I look at and I'll bump their fucking music in the car because the production of the beats is so good. You know, like the tunes are amazing. The lyricism makes me laugh. Like some of the lyrics make me fucking laugh and they're trying to be serious and cool, but the lyrics are just...
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's almost more... Well, I guess I'm making a statement, but I also want to know your opinions on it. I feel like there's almost more validation, experience, wisdom in the actual lyricism by artists like Lil Dicky, who makes comedy music, music that has comical intent, than some of the newer artists, the brand new artists, who are writing what they think are serious rap songs, but they're basically just going...
See, this right here, my opinion on that, you got people that are not trying to sound cool. For example, Lil Dicky. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so cool and so funny, because he's like not trying to sound cool at all. And then you got these other artists who are trying to sound cool, saying a bunch of stuff that you think that the world wants.
Fits.
And it's like, dude.
Well, it's because they're making music for kids.
Exactly.
And kids go, what do you want? What do rappers do? Oh, well, they shoot guns and they snort coke and they drink, sip perp and then they.
That's
fuck
why
girls.
I don't really respect that, man. That's why I like the older stages and era of hip hop, because back in the day, it was cool to like get money off of drugs. Now it's like in the music, people are like using drugs.
What originally,
like people were selling drugs all the way back.
When I'm talking like White Lines, tracks like White Lines, it was about get these drugs out of our fucking ghetto, get these drugs out of our community.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do that. You know, back in the day when people used to rap like this and rap like that, like, you know what I mean? It was like the
game has changed, man.
Don't do this now. Yeah, and then it went through a phase of having to be very, very gangster, very much about the clout you carry yourself with, and the violence, the drugs, the guns. Now it's almost gone comical. It's like if you just say the same line 12 times, but you put a weird spin on it, and the video is, whatever, something ridiculous.
Well, we definitely need what's going on right now. As far as you said, like people being funny with the music, man. We need that, man. A lot of people are just, doing a bunch of senseless things. Rest in peace to the people in Virginia Beach that just died, and all the tragedies across the world. Like we need something to uplift
in this country on a daily fucking basis, mate.
Yeah, like we need something to uplift our spirits out here in America, man.
So you think there's a place for that kind of music, because it actually takes you out of your head for a minute?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I believe people love Dicky so much, because he gives you that funniness. He gives you that space to where you can go and be like, all right, it's not so serious right now. I can like actually laugh out loud and be cool.
Now, when you kicked off, I heard when you first started, you were selling mix albums out here in LA with what was it, with Tyga?
Tyga, yeah.
Yeah, you guys you kicked off together as well, didn't you?
I worked with him for like 10 years. Me, him, and Schoolboy Q. We had like a...
Schoolboy Q as well?
Yeah, that's nice. My boy, man.
Oh, wow. Fuck. So you've been doing this for a little while, man.
Yeah, I got a pretty impressive resume, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just more so just...
At the top of it says modesty as well.
I'm just trying to capitalize and use that resume to my advantage. That's all. But... yeah, we just was out here just grinding every day, man, like living up to our brand and just recording music and just pumping it out there. And we used to hit Melrose, one of the hottest spots in LA for music and fashion, a very trendy area.
Sure.
So we out there and we meet somebody, we pass the mixtape along, and the person that we met was Travis McCoy from Gym Class Heroes. Yeah. And we stayed in contact with him for a few months, and he took Tyga on tour, and then Tyga came back, took me on tour. Bam, and now I'm here.
That's it, man. Everyone blowing up. I like that passing along as well of the success. I don't know how much you know about comedy, but look, the guys that you've already talked with and hung out with, like the Chito Santino and that whole crew that he's friends with, like the Chris D'Elia, Brian Cannon, like. These guys are working together. They're almost like a hip-hop crew, where they kind of go, look, I'll put you in my fucking film, and then you come and direct my special, and then I'm going to stick you on my podcast.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to do in this game is share the ladder. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around people that you wouldn't mind being successful with or around. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about people just always networking. Like how you let
fame and success are very boring if you've got no one to share those experiences with as well.
Exactly, man. That's why I respect you, and I really appreciate you having me here, because you're sharing your platform with me, and that's what the industry is about.
Such a charming gentleman. Look at that. I'm going to put a picture of you on my fridge. I'm going to add it to the family photo. It's going to be great. I think there's also, in rap music as well, the people that seem to really blow up for longevity are the people who go, I want to work with other talented artists. Right. I want to be a collaborative artist. And like I say, the ones who are hot for a minute because they got beef with each other. Every day there's a new beef. What do you think? What's your take on rap beef? Seems every week there's a new, I hate this person, so-and-so is shooting at this person.
To be honest with you, I think the rap beef is great for music if we keep it musical. But once it's goes beyond the music, that's when it's like, bro, chill. Like, you just talked about this dude's mother, his father. You talking about his kid. Like, come on, you're crossing a lot of lines here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's sad, though, that the way the world is, there's really no rules, man. You really can, like, just do anything. Like, the way people, like, talk shit and beef is like, damn, y'all will take it that far, huh? Like,
but this is the thing. Do you think though that the beefing is?
I think it's horrible.
And it's
it's horrible, man. Beef sucks, man.
Born out of insecurities as well.
Yeah, man. It just sucks. It's just bad for the world, you know. There's that type of energy. That whole I hate you, you hate me. It's just bad, you know.
I mean, talking about collaborative efforts. Obviously, you've already worked with a number of great artists. Let's skip ahead. You know, another year or so. You know, a new release from you, a new album from you. If you could, and money wasn't an issue, time wasn't an issue, you know, schedules weren't an issue. If you had to pick maybe 2 or 3 of your favorite artists ever, and let's remove Lil Dicky from that list because you already worked with him. Who would be your kind of artist that you would, in a perfect world, be able to work with?
I would love to work with.
Feature them on your songs, you know, that kind of thing.
Anthony Hamilton. He's a dope singer.
I don't know him.
Yeah, check him out, man. Anthony Hamilton, he's a great singer, man.
What kind of music does he?
Amazing voice, like R&B and soul. Okay. I would love to work with.
I bet my girl knows him. Yeah.
I would love to work with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Gaga.
Yeah, she always doing crazy numbers. It'd be dope to like just have a record with her, just to say like, yo, I got a song with Lady Gaga.
If you got to like, you know, go out and hang out with her or tour with her and stuff like that, that'd be pretty cool as well because she's got she goes to fuck clubs in like Berlin.
Oh wow!
I had a good friend. I interviewed her years ago for Virgin Music, and she was very cool and very flirtatious and very wonderful. And then my friend, who's a good mate of hers, said he went out with her in Berlin, and she took him down to one of those clubs, and they just watched people fuck, and she was
damn.
Like, yeah, so she'd be.
That's like so next level.
Yeah,
damn.
That's
but
Gaga, isn't it?
Let me see. Another person probably would be like. It would be dope if I could bring him back, but Bob Marley would be tight to have on the record.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Bob Marley would be tight. I don't really have too many.
I think that's a man who could outsmoke you as well, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's one reason why I want to do work with him, man.
You ever smoke with Snoop?
Nah, I never smoked with Snoop. I smoked some of Snoop's weed though, but I never smoked with him.
Yeah, my buddy Matt Richards produces his TV shows. You know, that's Snoop and Martha, and he's worked on a few projects with him now.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Actually, sorry, he doesn't produce it. Apologies. He writes for Snoop and stuff. And
that's tight, man.
And once he likes you, you call him Uncle. Apparently, everyone calls him Uncle Snoop. You know.
Yep.
And so he said my boy Matt. We smoke a lot of weed together, and I always thought we were both pretty good at it. He said he went out and smoked.
Oh damn!
with him.
I wish I would have brought my weed. I didn't know it was a 420 friendly environment.
It is. It's all right. I've got loads of edibles. We'll fill you up with edibles before you go, so you spend the rest of the afternoon floating.
Oh
wow! They fucking. He said he smoked him. He's never seen someone smoke that amount of weed in such a short period of time, and he got him. This is my buddy Matt. You know, like I say,
he said a short period of time.
Oh, he said just after a few hours of hanging out with him, he said he was so comatose.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it, marijuana?
Yeah, it is, man. It's lovely, man. I had a crazy like celebrity weed experience. I remember one time I was like on tour with Lil Wayne, like I was hanging with Tyga or whatever in that era, and I smoked 52 blunts in one day with Weezy.
52.
Yeah, he had a bag, like a Ziploc bag, just full of blunts, and I just remember, I'm like, dude, I'm smoking with the world's best rapper right now. Like, I gotta keep track of how many blunts I'm smoking.
Yeah.
So I kept track, and then like by the time I fell asleep, it was probably like 2 a.m. I was like at 52 or 50 something like that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. Like a lot of
people.
How
did you do anything?
Man, I was just smoking, like just.
That's literally what you spent the whole day. That was the job for the day.
Yeah, we were just smoking, riding, you know, just.
Yeah, I couldn't
being on tour.
I think like the most I've ever smoked is sort of 7 or 8 blunts in a day, and that had me pretty fucking laid out.
Yeah, that shit will.
Maybe his weed's just not as potent.
Nah, he was smoking that gas.
I'm trying to find reasons. I'm trying to find excuses for why you weren't fucking on the floor. If I smoked 52 blunts in a day, I'm pretty sure I'd shit my own pants. I think it would get to that stage. There's no way. Your body would just give up.
But everybody, we got to know our levels these days, our tolerance levels, you know. So
yeah, I mean, you've just at least from a Cannon Boy point of view, you've emasculated me immensely today. I'm gonna try it. One day I'll smoke 52 blunts, and then I'm gonna send a video over to you guys, and you can have a look and see what you think.
That's what I'm saying.
But if I'm crying and rocking back and forth, that's your fault, and you have to know that.
Huh? We got to go to the Netherlands, man. Amsterdam, blow some bud out there.
Well, I was going to say, you've traveled the world a little bit now. You've been to various different continents, countries.
I've been to Manchester.
Yeah, what do you think of Manchester? What do you think of the UK?
Man, I love it out there, man. I love the double-decker buses. I love this.
I love that.
I'm just saying, dude.
No, it's good. I just love that that's what you go to. Not the fact that we're a nation of binge drinkers and women over there love to fuck on the first night. You're like, the buses, just incredible.
I just like the vibe, like how the buildings out there just look so important.
We have a lot of great architecture.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like
great
everything
museums,
out there just looks like it holds so much value. You know what I mean? Like
that's because we got history out there, man.
Even in London, like what's the name of that clock? The
Big Ben.
Yeah, like just we don't got that type of stuff in America. Only great monumental places that we got are probably like all shitty, like the White House and
the Mount Rushmore. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but
not into it.
Yeah, I don't like to get too political.
Just a chisel and a hammer, isn't it? It's a chisel. Oh, you don't want to get too political.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to be this day and age.
It is hard not to, but let's just say, man, hey, both parties, man, wish us the best, man. Democrats, Republicans, I just hope we all get it together, y'all.
Oh, that's very kind and very sweet of you. I'd say that both parties are fucked right now, and everyone's a lunatic. That's why, I'm a savage snowflake. That's the whole point of the podcast, right? Savage snowflake.
Yeah.
I'm liberal-minded, democratic-leaning, left-wing guy. I want to see the equality of all people, and I'd like to go towards that.
I just hope we all get it. I just wish us all the best, because I got to do business with both, and I got to be around.
You got to sell some
parties.
records in the South. That's what you're saying. You know what I mean? You can't be too harsh on people who like to fuck their own cousins because they buy records too.
I'm just saying, man. You gotta be marketable. You gotta be sellable. Don't want to, just peace be unto us all.
Your business acumen knows no bounds, my friends, and I'm very impressed by that. I'm a little bit more straight up about what I hate. But you know what? That politics feeds into everything now, even into rap music. You've got Eminem jumping on and doing diss tracks for Trump and stuff.
Yeah, it's like YG making fuck Trump songs. And name it his tour, fuck Trump, and all that. Like,
which I think is hilarious and brilliant, but also
it is, But like I said, man, I'm just so focused on being the best person I can be. Like my mom always told me this: if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So,
tell me about your mom. What did she do? What was it? What was growing up at home like?
It was good, man. Mom,
I know you had a nice upbringing. Sorry, but what did she do? What was she?
Mom's always supportive. She was always trendy, always in the fashion world. Like my mom, she still works in the fashion world right now.
All right, so that's where you got your fashion interest from.
Yeah, my mom and my sister, they really low key taught me everything I know. To be honest with you. But my mom, she was a good mom, man. When she get mad though. I just hate when my mom and my sister double team me. Like when it's them two.
Pun not intended. That was a different turn of phrase. He didn't mean.
Oh yeah.
Just want to clarify.
Man.
I know what you're saying. I think I like even my father was around, but he was at work all day, and then when he came home, he'd come home, we'd be scared he was coming home because the house had to be spotless, and then he'd shout a bit, eat some dinner, and then go to bed. You know what I mean? Or listen to music and drink, and so my mum was it was my mum and my sister, older sister, were very much my my guides through life. Do you think that your ability to understand your own vulnerabilities, to be honest and open about them, does that come because you had female influence from a young age? That was your strongest influence? Was these strong women around you?
Yeah, definitely. It made me make better decisions, It made me think more. Because a man, most of the time, is going to react in the moment of things,
Sure, we're a bit more primal and animalistic in our approach to things,
Like my mom and them made me realize it's okay to step back and walk away from stuff, be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Like I learned stuff like that from my moms, and just take your time out and think about the consequences.
I keep looking at that. That's not flashing, is it? That red button?
Oh, nah.
Nah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. It's just because you've got such a dulcet tones, man. I feel like you should do a meditation album as well.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind doing an album just
you just got the voice
uplifting
for
people and, just talking to them, making them feel good.
That in itself, you know what that would become? I feel like that would become an internet fucking hit. It would be a viral hit as well. It could be like, self-growth with
That's
Gata.
what I'm saying.
And it would just be tracks. And in each of them you go,
going
all right,
against the average with
business.
Gata.
And you go, all right, business. Here's how to do business. But it would all be like in that very calm, you have a couple of blunts beforehand. You know,
There we go.
You smoke 52 blunts beforehand.
Oh, man.
And then we just play some.
Sorry, you know what's amazing about that is his demeanor. He'll be like real mellow, real chill, and like he'll be about to go on stage. Like I've been with him when he's about to go on stage, high as fuck, and then all of a sudden he'll just be so calm. And the second he gets on stage, it's like
Blows up, all the energy comes in.
It's like he.
That's the rep from Warner Music Group in the background, by the way. That's the voice you're hearing, David Epstein. But you're saying, I get what you're saying. So you find a way to hold into a little reserve of energy.
Yeah, I like to save myself. You know, you got to give people a show.
Tell me about the live show. Tell me what's the most important aspect of the live show outside of, obviously people are there because they love the music, but people do very different live shows. Some of them are fucking boring. I saw Wyclef.
Oh yeah.
What happened to Wyclef, man? I saw him in Vegas. I was out there doing shows for a week, doing a couple of shows a night at a venue, and I got invited to some club, and he was the guest.
Yeah, he was hosting. He was doing a walkthrough.
It was weird because he was singing songs. He did a couple of Fugees tracks and things like that. But it was like, it's like he went, all right, so how much are you getting paid? All right, okay, well, that's all right. And do I want to hire anyone? Nah, I just go on my own. And then he ended up like, he played a drum kit for a bit, and he's not a drummer. Yeah. It was very strange.
Yeah.
I feel like rap shows live can either be incredibly fucking lazy. They're either one or the other. They're either incredibly lazy, and it's just like a guy run up and down, but then nothing else, no spectacle, no energy. Or it's the opposite end of the spectrum where there's fucking 12 guys jumping around, hype men, big fucking jumbo screens, flames and stuff like that. Obviously, all of this is, reliant on cash flow and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But how do you transfer energy to the stage for your audience?
I just like to preserve myself and just always know that the fans want to have a great time, and they really want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't want to just come hear the music. They want to feel it. They want to see it. Like
they want to show.
That's what makes it better.
They want a bit of Gaga.
Yeah, they want to see some theatrics, man. They want to see some pyro. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a production. You know what I mean? Like fans really are the fuel inside these machines, for people to become successful. So I feel like it's only right that you go all out and leave it all on the stage for the fans, like don't miss a lyric. You know what I'm saying? Be on point. You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff like that.
Well,
man.
Post Malone was getting a bit flat, and I love Post Malone's music. I think he's there's another guy who I think is doing it differently, and the fans created his success. So whilst the rap industry at the beginning of his career were a bit like, who is this kind of country white boy who got some shitty face tattoos and is now releasing music? Why should we respect or admire him? And it's like, well, because the music producer is really good. He connected with his fans. But how do you make sure the fans have a sort of a direct tap into you? Do you engage with them an awful lot on social media? Do you reply to comments?
I reply to comments. I actually talk to a lot of people on Instagram and all my socials that interact with me. Even if I like see a mention and then like somebody's bigging me up or saying something, and I oversee it, I'll even like double back and like respond. Like it's just all about just appreciating people that take the time out to appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate those that fuck with me and everybody around me. So it's only right to show people love and respond. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to be at a point to where I'm not able to respond. Like I know some artists and celebrity mentions are going crazy. They don't have the time to respond to everybody. But right now, since I'm still at that level, like I'm going to engage. And even when I get to that level, I'm still going to try my hardest to engage because that's what makes you the people that support you.
One thing that I do, and I would really love to see more musicians and artists, rap artists as well, and hip hop artists too, is at the end of a show. Now I'm obviously it's about rebuilding up. In England, I had much more, much more clout because of all the TV work there. Out here, I'm still building that up. I've only been here a few years, but I always stand at the end of a show. I'll always stand and I'll say thanks to the audience for coming. So when they're leaving, You know, and that's the best way I've built fans.
Yeah,
because those people, when I go like, "Hey, thanks very much for coming to that," they're like, "Oh wow, man, how do I follow you? What's your blah blah blah?"
And then that leads into, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?"
Always,
Yeah,
always,
bro.
and then that gets uploaded, and suddenly there's a lot of hype surrounding. Wow, then when this guy does his shows, and I think at a certain level, people go, "All right, now I'm big enough that I don't have to do any of that shit."
Yeah,
don't get me
man.
wrong, I understand the joy and the excitement of never having to look at a fucking social media app ever again. When you're that level, by all means, you should 100% never look at a social media app and let someone else do that job.
Right.
Creation. But like meeting fans afterwards, like doing meet and greets after shows and things like that. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, that's a notorious way to gain fans. I didn't gain so many fans that way just by being with people, actually after the shows, smoking with them, talking with them, drinking with them.
Shows walk like at the Will Turn, walk the line.
Yeah, like walking the line. Yeah, like I really engage with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I really appreciate the love and support. You know what I'm saying? Like it means a lot to me. So I really like go out my way. You know what I'm saying? To be that person that's like nice and unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't believe it when you respond to them too. Like the kid in Omaha, Nebraska, he's in this house all day, and you respond to him, you probably just made his whole year. So
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I live for moments like that. You know.
Which is ironic because I've been messaging that kid for months and he never gets back to me. Motherfucker's just leaving me hanging, which is quite embarrassing.
Man.
Steve, why don't you respond to the messages, dude? Check your, other inbox, the requests.
Yeah, man. Speaking of social media, everybody follow me too on my social media.
I'm going to big up everything at the end. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We're going to run through it. We're going to find out what you're up to, what's coming up next, and all of that. I do think there's quite a refreshing honesty that you give off, which is very lacking in the rap game. It's kind of, that's just take that as you will. It's a positive affirmation of the way that you're approaching it. But I don't think as much as you're media trained, you clearly know the points to hit, the branding points to hit. You're careful enough to not say anything that you don't want to misrepresent yourself.
Right.
You also clearly have infinite more confidence in who you are because you're able to show that vulnerability a little bit, and even just in the conversation.
Oh yeah, that's what makes a man. A man who knows who he is the best man. So I know who I am at all times. Like I know what I stand for, and I know what I don't stand for. So that's why. It's
what
easy
don't
for
you
me.
stand for? Let me find out about that. Let's round it off a little, gangster. What irks you the wrong way? What can push your buttons if you are gonna lose your cool?
People just being fake. Just being fake with me, or just not even just being their true selves. So yeah, just being fake, man. I just like people to be themselves. I like being myself. I just want everybody to just be themselves.
Have you ever called anyone out?
Being himself. He said, "I gotta."
This guy, unbelievable.
You can edit this out. He said his music's serious. His music is not serious. It's fun. It's like it'll crack you up. It's not like.
Well, you mean more like the production value in it? The music
No,
is made.
he's talking about the content. Like as far as the topics I'm talking
Yeah, I'm
about.
talking about your topics are not serious.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying though. Comparing me to LD,
Yeah.
mine will be a little bit more serious.
Your shit's
They're
happy
they're
as fuck.
interviewing each other now. What the fuck is going on? What's happening? It's falling apart. Dave. I understand what you're saying, and there's still a light note to.
Bathroom?
Yeah, we're finishing in 2 minutes. All right,
Okay.
let's wrap it there. Like, first of all, thank you very much for coming and joining me.
Hey.
Tell everyone how they can find you. What's the social media handles?
Oh, you can follow me
across Instagram.
Instagram, GED Gata, GEDGATA, and then on Twitter, GATAGED.
And now, if people want to check out live dates, they want to see where the new release is, what's the best website or the best location for all of that information?
Instagram, just hit me on
Just hit me
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Yeah, just
I love that.
follow me on
So
Instagram.
fucking beautiful and easy.
Yep, Spotify too, man. Check out Ghetto Brilliance. I had an album on there that I dropped. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. Go download that, man.
And also, because I know that you're dying for a piss, and I just want to keep you a little bit longer to get that nervous little energy. You got that Matt LeBlanc energy in that episode of Friends now. What's coming up with the TV show is going to be dropping? Do we know when? Do we have a rough release date?
Sometime next year.
Beginning of next year, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but it's coming out though next year.
Okay, and then in terms of musical releases yourself, obviously people can check out what's already up on Spotify, on YouTube. There's videos on there. When can we expect the new round of music?
This summer.
This summer?
Yeah, this summer.
Oh, fucking soon.
I'm finishing up my project right now. It's untitled, but I've been recording a lot and working on new concepts. But this summer, it's been about 2 to 3 years since I put out a project, so it's time to give them.
It's time
something.
to give the people what they want. What's that? What? You want the last word? Come, just get in here. Come in for 1 second so people
Yeah.
can see what you're fucking.
My manager out here going hard for the boy.
What's up, everybody? He has 2 songs, "Shop with Me" and "My Girl," on Spotify.
Yeah, go stream that.
Go stream it, download it, purchase it, and support this man. Hey, Gata, thank you very much, brother.
Hey, thank you.
You
man.
are real, and I like that, and I hope
Appreciate
you
you,
have
man.
incredible success, man. Thanks
Love.
for joining us.